All right. So I was having this dilemma when I was flying, except I was with my wife. So it wasn't actually a dilemma, but I was thinking about it. So you're at the airport in the morning, you get a cup of coffee that you want to kind of save over the course of like before you actually board, but you got to go to the bathroom. Even if it's just like a quick pee, what are you doing with that cup of coffee? Like anything that goes in the bathroom, I immediately don't want to drink it anymore. You know what I mean? Because like it's just gross. Like you walk in the bathroom, you just
I
get
don't
punched
care.
in the face.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I don't care about this at all.
It's not that I don't think about that, but yeah, if I don't have someone to hold my cup, it's going on top of the urinal or on top of the shelf, and then I'm leaving the bathroom with it and drinking it.
Okay, so it's
If
just
I'm
as
going,
simple as that.
if I'm going in the stall, it's a different story. But if I'm just peeing, I got no problem with it.
I agree. If I'm going in the stall, I'm probably just chugging the coffee and then throwing it away. If I'm peeing, yeah, I'll use that shelf that's above the urinal. And do I think it's gross? Yes, but it doesn't deter me from drinking the rest of my coffee.
You just sometimes
I
you just
can
need the
probably
coffee.
count on one hand the number of times I've gone to a stall at an airport. My body, very fortunately, does not put me in that position very often. I think
Nice.
actually, I'm thinking about it. I probably would throw it away if I were going into a stall, but going to a urinal, I don't care at all. Like, I'll do it. I actually, I
Like
should,
going into a urinal, fucking
sorry,
weirdo.
going into a bathroom and using a urinal. What do you want from me, Thomas?
We
I
knew what you
should
meant.
probably be arrested more often than I am, and I'll say why. I often leave my bags and my stuff at my seat and will disappear for a while to go to the bathroom or to go buy something or whatever, even if I'm flying by myself.
Well,
And
that's
that's like rule
crazy.
number one. If you're at
Yeah,
an airport, do not leave your shit unattended. And no one's ever said a word to me about it. I don't know if I'm very unthreatening, but American government, maybe get it together a little bit.
you leave like all your stuff, or just like if you have like like if you're carrying on a suitcase or something. Because like if I got a bag of valuables, like that's not leaving my eyesight.
I leave all of it.
Crazy. It's like if
With
you
the
got like
exception of my phone in one pocket and my wallet in the other. If I have like my laptop will be with me, my passport could be with me. Like I will leave it in my seat and I will come back and it'll be in the same spot. And I've just gotten so used to being like, yeah, the world is a trustworthy place and you should believe in it.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not
Bad
I
good.
idea.
know. I know. It's like I do it and I'm like, should I do this? And then I do it anyways, which
Yeah.
is stupid.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying about you being arrested for like leaving a suspicious package or whatever, but the bigger concern is your stuff getting stolen, which it absolutely will one
Is
day.
that the bigger concern at an airport? I think leaving your stuff alone. The bigger concern is being like interrogated by Homeland Security.
Yeah, but I just mean something that's more likely to happen is for you to get your stuff stolen.
Sure, sure. If I grow this
Yeah.
beard out and I start learning a little bit more Arabic than I currently know,
On.
that might change very quickly. Yeah, Arizona Griffin might be getting stopped in the airport a little bit more than East Coast or California Griffin was.
True. Anyways,
That's a
all
good
right, you
question,
guys are
Rodi.
yeah, you guys are much more just don't care about just taking stuff in the
Gross
bathroom.
is the word you're looking for.
I understand why you care, and I feel like I should, but I've taken beers into enough bar bathrooms where
That's true.
an airport coffee is not going to hurt.
Yeah, that's fair. Like normally when you're taking beers into a bar bathroom, you're hammered and you like I mean like I don't know if you guys did this, but when we first started drinking, we were like playing beer pong. The ping pong ball would be like on the floor, hairs covered in it, and we would drink it right out of the cup. It wasn't until after a couple of years we were like, that's actually gross. We shouldn't do that anymore.
I got to step away for 1 minute. We still play that way.
Yeah, we still
I require when we go on guys trips, we have to play that way.
we're some of the only people in our 30s that A, still play beer pong, and B, play with
Play it
beer
that
in
way.
cup.
But
we have a water cup to dunk
Yeah.
the ping pong ball in to get like the gross hairs off before it goes directly in a beer cup. But
but
it's
eventually
gross.
people will stop using that.
Yeah, well, this is all making a lot of sense about the whole bathroom coffee thing now because that nothing bothers you guys.
No, I mean, with the beer pong, yeah, I would prefer water, but like if the beer's in it, if I'm playing beer pong at this point in my life, I'm probably gonna be or get pretty hammered. But like if I start off caring, I will eventually stop caring.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. People talk about losing
So
your inhibitions when you drink. It's really just like the willingness of gross stuff. You're like, I don't care. I'll just drink it. It doesn't matter.
the other night we were at Andrew when we were at Aaron and I were at our friends Dylan and Caitlin's house, and our other friend Justin was there, and like it got like I wasn't really drinking because I thought we were gonna drive home, and then it got to the point where I was like, Aaron, I'm too tired to drive home. My parents have Ace. Why don't we just stay? And then since I was doing that, I was like, I'll drink. And we started playing the pizza box game. I don't know what you call it, where you flip a coin and like
Yeah.
you make a rule. Well, their 7-year-old daughter started playing with us, so like we were keeping it PG. But now apparently she's making her brothers play. Like the other day, they were out there playing the game, and I was like, "You guys are in trouble." When she takes this to school, and her teachers ask her, "Like, where did you learn this game?" She's like, "Well, my parents and their friends were drinking one night,
Playing it with me.
yeah."
Everyone in first grade is about to be playing drinking games.
That's true. Game started early.
Modi and Thomas are frozen for me, but Andrew could not look clearer.
See, you and Mode
yeah.
were frozen earlier, but I thought that was because my laptop wasn't plugged in, and now that it is, everyone's been fine.
As long as you can hear me,
You and Modi are moving again.
as long as you can
Yeah.
hear, then that's all that matters because like they're recording it, everything comes through clearly.
Yeah.
It might have just. It also could have been because I walked away and I still had my Bluetooth connected and everything. It might have just been slowing stuff down. I don't know. Y'all want to do it? What's our topic? Things
Stuff
that rock.
rocks.
Things that rock. Stuff that rocks.
It's all the same things, stuff.
That actually changes
Stuff
how
that
I would
rocks.
answer.
Yeah, which one
Things
are we
that
going
bang.
with?
Things that blast.
Things that blast.
These are all
Things that
very
blast,
different lists.
Julia wanted me to rename the topic to things that blast, and I said no.
What changed everything?
It would have changed so many things. Okay. Shit. God damn it, Thomas. You're so annoying. I hate you so much. We are back. List Night is back in your life. My name is Griffin Queen. As always, joined by Matt Modi, Thomas Albert, Andrew Simon. We are doing a follow-up to last week's list. Last week, we did things that suck or stuff that sucks. This week, we're going more positive. We're being more optimistic. We're doing stuff that rocks, things that rock, things that blast, things that bang. These are just going to be things that we like, things that we think are really sick. I don't think I need to explain a whole lot about this topic. Our order this week is going to be Andrew, then me, then Modi, and then Thomas. Any questions before we get into this? This is not like a hard to describe topic. This is not one that I think has a whole lot of nuance, but I know that we are going to end up going in different directions. So are there any clarifications that we need to hit before we get going and before I do our whole social media bullshit spin?
One of these episodes, the three of us, Modi, Andrew, and I, are going to talk beforehand and make the exact same lists, and you'll have a different list. And while other people will be like, good for Griffin, he's doing differently, you're going to be like, why am I left out of this? I am so sad. Not this time.
That would fall under stuff that sucks. Is
That would
my
rock.
friends excluding me
rock.
as a bit, knowing that it'll hurt me more than it'll hurt the average person. Yeah, that would be stuff that sucks.
It would be great if we had like a backlog of like 100 episodes of a different podcast that Modi and Thomas and I just made, and we have a sponsor and like we have like a big following, and we just drop it on you like all in one day.
Is the stuff that rocks for you guys just things that hurt me emotionally? Like, what is this? Where's this coming from?
This is
I asked
funny.
for rule clarifications, and you were like, you know what would be funny if we bullied Griffin.
That's actually
Our
funny because
podcast
this
is
didn't make my
called-
list. And if it's on your guys' list, I apologize. But what I was debating was adding to my list stuff that rocks, making fun of your friends. It's the best part of friendship. It really is.
I mean, it is. That's a good point.
I'm here for it. This blast.
Julia's going to be so pleased at how much blast has already been used on this episode. Let's get into it. Before we jump to Andrew, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you comment below stuff that you think rocks. And that can be things that we say during the course of the episode. If you have never shared the pod with a friend, it'd be great if you did so, whether it's the YouTube link or a Spotify link or one of our various social media platforms. Share us with your friends. We're on TikTok, Instagram. I think we're still kind of on Twitter, but like, is anyone still on Twitter that's not either Modi selling gambling tips or neo-Nazis? It's up for debate. Like I said, order is going to be Andrew, then me, then Modi, then Thomas. None of us are neo-Nazis, and I hope that nobody has neo-Nazis on their list for things that rock. Andrew, the floor is yours.
Okay, I was telling you guys before we started that I had like two different directions to go in. One was all rock puns. The other was just stuff that rocks, just in general. And I've decided that I want to go with just stuff that rocks in general. That being said, I want to add one of my rock puns to this list. So I'm going to put it at number 5. And it's going to be the white guy saying, You guys ready to rock and roll? It rocks. It just rocks. It's a good way to get people moving, get the troops going, and get you onto your next activity.
Did you say the white guy?
Yeah, it's like a white guy saying.
Okay, but like you're just saying, in general, when a white guy says it.
Well, no. I want
I know. You said it. You said it.
I said no neo-Nazi shit, and your first pick is about things that only white guys can say.
It's not that they only can say it; it's that they only do say it.
And it's like a very
There's a lot of
specific.
things that only white dudes say, man. I don't know. Andrew, this
It
bad
is a
start, bad
middle-aged
start.
white man saying. I get what he's saying. I just also worry about his opinions on people.
I like it. It's such a like a classic middle-aged
Thank
white
you.
guy thing to say. There's nothing neo-Nazi about it. It's just there's certain different types of phrasing that some people say and some people don't. I won't get into it, but this is one of the just like the classic white guy, like you do the finger bang, like you guys ready to rock and roll.
It's like a nice white guy thing to say. The neo-Nazis and the actual Nazis definitely did not say, "You guys ready to rock and roll?"
That's true.
They definitely did not do that. Which is
You did bring up using it to like round up the troops, though, which is another thing that white guys say. I'm just saying, Andrew, you put a lot in there, and we're just picking up on some of it. Look, good. It is a good pick. It is a good pick for both things that white dudes say, which I guess could be another podcast episode, and for stuff that rocks. You just you put enough reasonable doubt in there that we're gonna have a talk after the episode.
Reasonable doubt aside, it's a fine pick. I mean, I get why you picked it. It's slightly punny, and it is like it's not that good of a pick. I'm sorry. I can't spin it.
all right. Well, we can move on. You guys ready to rock and roll?
We have been ready to rock and roll.
And he saves it.
Just four white guys on a pod. My number 5, and we were actually just talking about these. My number 5 is dive bars. Whether you're bringing a beer into the bathroom or not, dive bars are just awesome. I would argue that they are the preeminent type of bar. Nothing particularly punny about them. But yeah, I love dive bars. I think pretty much everybody with any sense of taste or, sophistication loves a good dive bar. The list is only going to get better from here.
Yeah, I feel like back when I was single, I wasn't going on a ton of dates, but one of like the immediate red flag is if somebody's like not into going to a dive bar. Like if you're like suggest a dive bar and the girl's like, "Oh, I don't want to do that," I'm like, okay, well, we actually should just probably cancel plans in general because anybody that can't enjoy a dive bar isn't somebody that I want.
Yeah, we're not going to get along. I'm going to spend a lot of time in places that are just this grungy.
Exactly. So if this is already how things are starting, we might as well not even bother.
I agree with everything minus the sophistication part. I think that's kind of the opposite point of dive bars.
I was being facetious.
This is a good pick because what? I recently was thinking about how I don't have enough dive bars in my life right now. It's saddening. It's even better. They rock even more when Touch Tunes is involved. We all know I love Touch Tunes. So,
Yeah.
Pretty good pick.
We've had incredible times with a Touch Tunes dive bar crawl. So that's absolute facts.
Thomas loves participating in Touch Tunes dive bar crawls from across the country. He'll just
It's
send
my favorite thing.
he'll just send a song to whatever dive bar that you're at. So it's good stuff.
It's down on my list. It should have been.
Yeah. Mode, I like your point, and I like that was just like a deal breaker for you. It's just like, if you think I'm higher class than this, then we better end this right now because that's just not happening. I always like to tell the story that I had some friends from college visiting us here in San Diego, and we were walking by this complete dive bar. It's open from like 5 a.m. to 3 a.m. and just like local dive bar. And Sarah was like describing it to them. She was like, "Yeah, it's like gross and like sticky, and it's great." She's like, "You guys would love it. It's like your kind of place." It was like low key, like unintentionally offensive, but also like correct.
Accurate.
Nothing like describing your friends as gross and sticky. Yeah, I mean, look, you surround yourself with people that like the same stuff that you do, and not even that they would not enjoy the dive bar, but like if you're not gonna, like, I'm gonna spend a lot of time at dive bars. It's the best kind of bar, and if you're not into that, then we're not gonna spend that much time together. But yeah, Thomas, to your point, need to spend more time finding local dive bars because I have not had a pure dive that I've been in love with since the DC days.
Well, you're in
I'd
this
be
city, time to
honest.
check one out.
Yeah, I feel like you're in a good spot to find them. I feel like in Rockville, they're all the same, and I'd rather go to the breweries around here than the towers.
Got a lot of chain bars because you're in the. I mean, I'm in the suburbs too. We have a lake dive near us. It's kind of a piece of shit bar. Their TVs look like they're awful. So
Love it.
yeah. All right, Modi.
Yeah. All right. My number five. It's definitely a number five. It's definitely a boring pick, but going for a walk absolutely rocks. It's one of my most 30-year-old takes. I love a good walk. You put a podcast in, you walk for an hour, you just kind of zone out, you put your phone on silent, come back incredibly happy with myself. There are days where like I'm exhausted and I could just sit on the couch all day, be a potato, be tired for the rest of the day, or get outside a little bit, come back energized. It's great. You add in the dog with the walk, not necessary, but just a bonus. It's one of life's little pleasures that 10 years ago I would have been like, God, this guy's a loser. But now, 33-year-old Matt, I love a good walk.
I don't have much to say about the walking, mostly because I'm just a lazy guy. Walking's fine. And my main point I want to talk about here is no one told me that you were going to be the new wild card, but not like a traditional wild card, like outrageous, crazy things, but just like never would have been. You're just like, I love a walk, man. It's a great walk.
He's the suburban dad of the pod, where none of us are dads.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, some of your picks are like I get off when like bad things happen to bad people, and then the next pick is like I like to go for a walk.
I like a good sunset.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the simple things in life.
I
He's
can't hang
got
out.
look. He's got a lot of diversity to what he's interested in. He's a tastemaker. Many people are saying it.
People are
Can't hang
saying
out because I'm touching myself. Also, love a walk. Just love a walk.
See, I actually think this pick rocks big time. It deserves more than the number 5 pick. I'm upset I didn't think of it. I love a walk. I think this is a great pick. It feels good. It's like anxiety reducing. It's just it's good vibes, and I applaud you for this pick.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I was debating just going all literal like I did last week, but I figured I would actually, kind of like you, just do stuff that actually rocks. So number 5, going for a
I
walk.
feel
Yeah,
like
you've got complete buy-in on this one. No notes. Walks rock, like you said. I actually prefer to do them with the dogs, but either way, just like particularly the late night walk, listen to a podcast or something like that, or early morning, just like when the rest of the world's not doing stuff, they kick ass. This is the most we are no longer teenagers
100%.
pick imaginable. And look, we are in our early to mid 30s, so that makes sense.
Yeah, like if we did this list when we were 18, it'd be like boobs. Boobs rock.
walking
5
to
through
dive
1,
bars.
it's just various parts
Yeah.
of a woman's body. Yep.
I think if I had a dive bar walking distance, which I guess I technically do, so this point doesn't make sense, I would enjoy walking more.
Yeah. The only pushback I have is a little ableist of you, but that's fine.
Well,
You know what actually kicks ass outside of what Andrew just said? The walk back from the walk to and the walk back from a dive bar. Both just unmatched feelings. Because on the walk to, you're fucking juiced to be going to a dive bar. And on the walk home, you're probably drunk. And that tends to be a fun walk.
And you get to go home.
so is
Yeah.
next list going to be top 5 walks?
I don't think we should rule it out.
I could
I
do
don't
one.
think we should rule it out.
I could do one.
All right.
Anyway,
All right.
I'll
I think
start.
Tom. Yeah.
My number 5, basic, simple, understandable, not much to say about it. Hard Rocks Cafe. It rocks. It's hard. It's a cafe. That's it.
I guess we know who's doing the
literal?
funny list this episode. Yeah. I don't
Only
know
5.
that I've ever been to a Hard Rock Cafe. So
Yeah, but you can imagine.
I can't imagine. And I like to imagine. I assume all good things, by definition, they rock. They don't rock because I don't think it's called the Hard Rocks Cafe, but they rock. Singular. Yeah, good pick for something that includes the word rock in the title. Incredible job.
It's a number 5 vacuum for things that suck type of pick. But nothing wrong with that. That wasn't an insult. That's just, that's a number 5.
Seeing as you're the one who picked vacuum, I know it's not an
Exactly.
insult.
He feels incredibly aligned with you.
You picked 2 vacuums, actually.
Yeah,
That's true.
Do you have a favorite item on Hard Rock's menu?
Oh no, I haven't been in a long.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I have like a list of like 20 different like rock pun ones that I considered, and this was towards the bottom. So I'll be honest with you.
How could it not be?
Yeah,
Hey, do you guys love cafes?
I do.
Yes.
I love food. I love
You guys
rock.
love hard things.
Is the Hard Rock Cafe a cafe though? Isn't it just like a chain
It's a
restaurant?
restaurant, yeah.
It's a restaurant, but
Like I
if
don't
I
think it's not actually like cafe adjacent, right?
so you're minimalizing cafes to just coffee and scones. You're kind of a
I mean, yeah,
douche. I
I'm
mean,
doing
come
what
on.
most people would do. Yeah,
You just don't get the atmosphere. Do you
they
love
should
rock
call
and
it the
roll?
Hard Rock Cafeteria. I mean,
Hard
I
Rock
feel like that's a
Restaurant.
better name.
Do you love rock and roll?
I do.
Okay, then.
Who's to say what the definition of a cafe is, though? Because you just made a good point. Cafe probably comes from cafeteria. It
It
probably is just
absolutely
like,
comes from cafeteria.
so it could just mean Hard Rock Cafeteria, which also doesn't sound like a restaurant I really want to go to be honest. But
Hard
it's
Rock
not.
Cafeteria sounds like they're giving you like kidney issues.
Yeah,
Which, I
Which-
mean, look, we like dive bars a lot. I don't want to rule out going to a place that sounds aggressive.
I don't
Tom,
want to
it's a
rule
pick.
out.
Yeah, it's a number 5. You know,
All right. My
Okay.
number 4 is my number 4. I feel like I may have talked about this before on a previous episode, but I couldn't find it in our long history of list night records. It's just when you're driving somewhere and you hit all green lights, it rocks. You know, it's because most of the time when you're noticing that, you're noticing it for the wrong reasons, like in the opposite direction. Like you hit every red light and you kind of expect to maybe get 50% of the lights. But if you get them all green, it rocks.
Last thing about the Hard Rocks Cafe, if there's anywhere where there's tons of white people saying "You guys ready to rock and roll?" It's a
Yeah,
Hard
that's-
Rocks
it
Cafe.
is
That
there.
is-
That's
That's
true. It's gotta be
moving
there.
on.
That is
I
true.
imagine the staff there probably say that.
That's every dad at Hard Rock Cafe right after he makes a joke about how big the bill is to the waitress or something. Or he makes the joke like when his plate is empty and he's like, I hated the food or
classic.
something. Then he turns to his
I
family,
think-
you guys ready to rock and roll?
We should also
Do
do
you-
things white guys say.
Do you think it gets said more before the meal, before they get there, or more as they're leaving? I feel like it could be either way.
I imagine the dad is saying to the kids when they arrive, like, "You guys ready to rock and roll?" And
Yeah.
the kids are groaning, and we'll talk
And then they
about it
have
in
a
therapy
great
sometime.
time, and then the kids at the end are like, "Dad, are you ready to rock and roll? Let's hit green lights." Transitioning back to green lights. I'm behind this pick mostly because I drive early in the morning, so like I get flashing red lights, which also feels great. But then in the afternoon, if you hit all greens, it feels even better. Like it's you feel like the chosen one.
Yeah, I don't have a dissenting opinion. I don't think there's anybody that's like, you know what actually really is good at hitting red lights. Like just sitting in traffic the longer I can it actually rocks. But yeah, you are right that it's almost like you only remember the negative. Like you hit every green light, you're just like, oh, that's neat. And then you hit every red light and you're like, well, I'm going to put a bullet in my brain. So I think we should just remember the times we do hit all the green lights.
What a different scale. Oh, that's neat. Or I'm going to kill myself.
But that actually is how it
Again,
works.
wild card.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, it's a simple pleasure that we don't acknowledge. And then when it's not a pleasure, it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't drive. So while I do enjoy hitting a lot of green lights to get places in a convenient and efficient manner, I also don't care that much because I don't have to do the work, like the mental and physical work of driving anywhere. So I'm just spending more time listening to music and on my phone and making good conversation, which I don't.
I
do a
mean, it's
whole
not
lot.
that much work to like hit the brake, but
Yeah,
like
it just sucks.
it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably more mental work. Driving is more tiring than being a passenger, but it's a good pick regardless. Getting somewhere. ETA says 15 minutes. You get there in 11 minutes because you hit every single green. You're feeling good about yourself.
That rocks.
Yeah, that does rock.
Side note, but it always amazes me how like accurate GPS directions like the ETA is. Like you could be on a 4-hour trip and it has like an ETA and it's like usually pretty spot on, like almost always. Like you would think like on that long of a trip there'd be like a chance that it could be just way wrong, but no, it's usually pretty right.
Depends on the app. I feel like Waze and Google Maps are the best, whereas Apple, if you don't hit traffic, you could kind of beat the time more.
I mean, it also has millions and millions and millions of data points that have been added to it over the years. Like, not to dispute your point, because it is a good point, Andrew, but like, there's so much data being fed into this at this point that it, like, the average based on time of day and number of people, like, they have to just,
Yeah, they got it
they
locked
know
down.
how the day is going to go, unless something catastrophic happens. Yeah, GPS. It's not on my list, nor would I ever put it on my list.
Does
but
rock.
It's pretty good.
rocks.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I
hate
could
it.
read a map in 2025. I don't go places with a compass.
I actively think I could read a map, and I actually don't believe I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thing is, I can read a map, but like if you miss like the exit or something, like you don't know until like way after you realize you missed
You
it,
have to check.
and then you have to check, and then you're way out of your way. So it's like, yeah, I could read a map, but it's just worse in every way.
Yeah. You're also, I mean, granted, driving around like the suburbs in the city as well, you're going to have so many different, like, very, very quick changes that you can make. If you're on like a rural road in the middle of nowhere, like you're driving through Texas or something in the middle of nowhere, if you don't have your GPS, you might miss something and you might be like 15 miles past it by the time you realize it. Whereas if you like, yeah, the GPS is just so much more useful in a situation like that. We're talking about GPSs a lot. I'm going to move on to my number 4. It doesn't have anything to do with maps or GPSs, despite the fact that apparently we're super into that. My number 4 for stuff that rocks is the Cavs 3-1 comeback in 2016. Not a Cleveland fan, not a Cavaliers fan. At the time, didn't really truly hate the Warriors, but it is genuinely one of the coolest sports memories that I have, and I think one of the like coolest sports memories that a lot of people have. And it kicked ass, like it rocked. Cleveland rocks. That is a
Drew
real
Carey.
thing. Drew Carey, the song, all of it. Like that wasn't even part of this pick, but Cleveland does verifiably rock, and so did the 3-1 comeback.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was just so juicy with like Draymond the nut punch and then getting suspended. The Warriors like coming back from a 3-1 lead against the Thunder and then blowing it in the next round. Just like the whole thing. LeBron first title, LeBron winning after losing the previous or first title in Cleveland, I should say, and then winning after losing the year before when he had his team healthy and he didn't like it was just so many things. And then just watching LeBron and Kyrie go off for 3 straight games, like just 40 points, which felt like I think it was 3 straight games for a couple of them. I don't remember the exact details of it, but I was actively rooting for the Cavs in that finals. And I actually was visiting San Francisco during the finals. You watched at a bar surrounded by Warriors fans. It was like game 5 or 6. It wasn't 7, but it was awesome. I was like fun.
Yeah, I can't say it's a huge sports memory for me in particular. I get it. I do remember it. I'm just not a big basketball guy. But Cleveland does rock. It has the Hall of Fame. But also anytime a underdog, even though I don't know, were they really underdogs? I mean, like truly, it's
Yeah,
LeBron. I mean, it
3-win
was so
Warriors. They
LeBron.
were
It was so
underdogs.
LeBron. Like any underdog comeback is enjoyable,
Is awesome.
unless
LeBron
you're
has
the other side.
actually, funnily enough, I think been an underdog in like 8 of his 10 finals. And I think 2011 that he lost, he was a favorite.
Yeah. The Lakers, I'm sure.
I don't know another one that he was I think in 2020 they were favorites and they won that one. So I think he's 1-1 when he's been a favorite. Yeah, he's an underdog a lot.
Yeah, this finals rocked. The finals before, I always think about 2015, LeBron's performance, and should have been the MVP in that losing effort. And then the 2016 finals was just pretty incredible. 2016 was a good year for sports. It was also the Cubs World Series year.
Yeah.
Incredible World
Also
Series.
against Cleveland. So
Yeah.
it was a year up and down for Cleveland. But yeah, Cleveland rocks. Love Drew Carey. Yeah, that's my takeaway.
All right, good pick. My number 4. We don't have to spend a ton of time on it. Attack on Titan rocks. I just finished it, the rewatch, so it's fresh in mind. I've mentioned it a million times on the show. I think we have an unpublished episode, me and Griffin, just going through the best moments of Attack on Titan. So in the next 48 months, you might have that to enjoy. We'll see if that gets posted.
I forgot we did that. That's it. It's sitting in the queue. All right, we're gonna release that.
Only if this video gets 50,000 likes and shares.
We'll post
Okay,
it, yeah.
so we're never releasing it. Great.
But it's just, I mean, it's an incredible show. On rewatch, it's good. There's no like bad parts, which like a lot of shows, even though it's shorter, but still, it's like the music, the animation, the storytelling, the dialogue. It's just like a 10 out of 10 in every possible category. I know Griffin agrees. I know you guys haven't seen it, so we don't need to spend a ton of time on it, but it rocks. It just rocks.
Hey, we'll spend as much time as we want to. And,
Yeah, you don't tell me.
And we're going to spend a lot
good.
of time.
Yeah, I mean, look, co-sign on every single thing Modi said. I don't think either of you guys have watched it yet, or probably may never.
Ever will.
Yeah, I mean, incredible show, incredible work of fiction. We've talked about it over a number of different episodes over the last 5 years. By my money, maybe best anime ever. I mean, like it's definitely in the top 3 to 5. I don't think that's a hot take. Yeah, Attack on Titan rocks. Big facts, Modai. Glad you got it on the list. I thought about putting some anime on here. I thought about just putting anime on here, but I go to the anime well a lot. So while I believe it, didn't make my top 5.
All right, great pick.
Yeah.
Great pick.
My number 4 is also in the same vein. It is a topic, media based, that comes up often with us. It is 9 films I'm considering, and I will preface it. There are some downs, but overall, the Rocky franchise rocks.
I feel like you were trying to lead me astray to think that it was Star Wars.
That's what I was thinking too.
But because
No,
Star Wars also
have
has Rogue
opinions.
One, like it couldn't have been Star Wars.
And Solo.
I am wearing a Star Wars shirt. You can't see it on the video, but I am. Yeah, Rocky
Rocks.
Yeah. I mean, Rocky. I think at this point, Rocky has more. When it was just the Rocky films, I would have said the Rocky franchise was like evenly divided between really good ones and really average or below average ones. Now, with the Creed films being added to it, it's definitely way more good than bad. The Rocky Creed franchise rocks, absolutely. Rocky Balboa rocks, obviously. Rocky Marciano rocks.
Fair.
Yeah, agreed with all this. This is a good pick for so many reasons, Tom.
It rocks, and I knew I didn't think it was Star Wars. I knew as soon as you said films, it was going to be Rocky. He's doing the Rock thing, which that makes sense, and I respect it.
How many Fast and Furious films are there? The Rock's in a couple of those, right?
They're 10 now.
There might. I guess they had
At
Fast
least,
X,
I
so there
think.
would have had to have been.
I think there's more than 10.
I haven't seen a couple.
I haven't seen past.
I haven't
think
seen
4.
7 of them. At
Those
the very
don't
least.
rock.
I might not have seen 8 of them.
Those don't rock where Rocky rocks.
I saw the one Paul Walker died. Don't know if I saw the next one
On screen.
No, but
The movie where they like added in the CGI thing at the end, right?
I know, Matt. I know.
Okay.
being
I wasn't sure if you
facetious.
saw that
He's
he
so
died in the movie or
cool.
not.
I'm just
Oh.
being cunty. I'm just being cunty.
I'm Griffin. Facetious.
My number 3
yeah,
is
Rocky rocks.
Thomas's impression of Griffin rocks.
Honestly,
It does rock.
if I close my eyes, who's talking?
Yeah, Rocky's great.
Andrew?
What's me?
Yeah.
It is. It is. You're just dead behind the eyes,
Yeah. Okay.
like a
So
like, career porn star.
My number
Yep.
3 is I'm not like a very productive person. I procrastinate. I don't usually work that hard. It's just, these are things about me. But number 3 on my list is finishing something you really need to get done, or maybe you've been putting off, like checking it off as completed. It does rock because the longer something like lingers, it's like, I got to get this done. I don't feel like getting it done. The more it just starts to weigh on you and just sucks. And what's the opposite of sucks? Rocks. So doing it rocks.
Yeah, it's a good one. Are you a task list guy? Like, do you keep? Do you like genuinely checking things off, or you just keep it in that big old brain of yours?
Mostly metaphorically checking it off, but sometimes, like some weeks, I will literally have like a task list of stuff like I absolutely have to get done and check it off literally.
I like the gamification of like checking things off, where you actually get that like little serotonin rush or endorphin rush or whatever it is when you check something off. It feels great. It's like getting an Xbox Live achievement.
This goes along with walks for me, where it's like I agree. It just feels a little old man and boring. But yeah, of course, when you check something off your list, it feels good.
Tom, we're trending in that direction.
We are old boring
We're
men.
not-
That's what I
we're
was
not-
going to say.
We're not.
And less
Guys,
boring.
I have Hard Rocks Cafe on my list. That's for the young people.
You also got married pretty recently, and that's like kind of an old guy thing.
Is it?
I guess if you have your life together, it's an old guy thing.
Old guy.
I mean, it's a fine pick. I hope your bosses never see your beginning description of you working. It wasn't great. But overall,
There's bigger issues if his bosses are watching this podcast than them
not
thinking
paying
that
us.
he procrastinates.
Yeah, it's also during the workday right now.
They don't
They
know
don't
that.
have to
Don't
know
say
that.
that. Don't say that.
We've given up kayfabe about the night part of list night. Like, look outside. It is.
Yeah, it's
light.
actively the morning where we are. So yeah.
True. Yeah. I mean, to one up that, finishing the last task of the day when you're done for the day, even better.
Yeah, especially if you know it's like the last thing you're gonna do for the day. Like going into it being like, once I'm done with this, I'm done. That feeling is incredible.
It's great.
All right, Andrew. Good old man pick.
Thanks. That's what I
Yeah.
do.
Don't love what it says about you, but good old man pick. This is not going to get us away from that. My number 3 is ordering delivery. Ordering delivery is like, it's always been a part of our lives. Obviously, now we have like Yelp and DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that other stuff. But like, you could just pick up the phone back in the day and like call for pizza or subs or whatever else. We've always been able to literally just dial a number and have delicious, unhealthy food available for us within 20 to 30 minutes. And for the vast majority of human history, that was not the case. So, as bad as the world is, and as bad as I feel like, America is sometimes, I can, jump on my phone for 20 seconds and have way too much food on my front doorstep 20 minutes later. And that's impeccable. That's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree with this. It's incredible that we can have anything delivered super quick. My beef is just the cost of the delivery apps. They piss me off with the fees and everything, and it'll be like $40 to get like a Chipotle burrito sometimes. But that being said, yeah, just objectively it rocks to be able to have it all delivered.
It 100% rocks, and then the percent that doesn't rock is, sometimes the cost, but also like it definitely enables me to be a hermit and lazy more often
Does this
than
part
I
rock or
should.
suck? I don't.
Sometimes that kind of rocks, man. I mean,
Well,
sometimes it rocks
that's
to be
the
a
flip
hermit.
side. It rocks when I'm like, hey, I'm not leaving the house this weekend, but I'm gonna have good food. But it sucks when it's like, oh, I should really leave the house this weekend because it's depressing inside, but I can get food delivered. So
I've worn the
like,
same sweatpants for 3 days and I'm starting to like congeal upon myself. Yeah.
I think it overall rocks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think being able to do it rocks. I hate myself almost 100% of the time. So, like, I actually think this kind of sucks. This is like the social media of pics where it's like, it's cool to be able to like, oh, you can talk to anybody anywhere, but it's like, this actually is harmful to humanity.
It's funny that you say that, Modi, because you were the one that made me think about this when I sent that like picture in one of our group chats the other day about like waiting for your wife to go to sleep so
Yeah.
that you can like order a bunch of food, secretly eat it in the backyard, and then get rid of the evidence. And I sent it to you thinking that was something that maybe like all of our guy friends do, and you were like, I don't do that. You know who does do
Yeah,
that?
that's a
My
wife.
wife.
Yeah, that's a my wife, 100%.
So I mean, maybe we should have gotten her on this episode because she would have supported my unhealthy goals.
She would have.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's downsides to ordering delivery. I think they're vastly overwhelmed by the upsides.
I
Yeah,
mean, I don't order when like sneaking in behind, but like when Erin's away, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just order stuff she wouldn't normally want to order. Like
Pizza Hut Big Box.
we were talking about Wingstop the other day. I usually, when she's away, I usually eat Chinese food and wings at some point, depending how long she's away. And
Our
they
buddy
usually
Jack does
always
the
get
like
delivered.
high effort version of this. When Lauren's out of town, Jack makes a full like seafood
sushi and
buffet.
seafood. Yeah.
Yeah, he does all that stuff. But I mean, also, I think he just goes and gets like seafood. It's it's a good feeling. Not that you want your partner to be away because that sucks, but it's nice to just kind of be disgusting for a couple days.
This should have been your pick: ordering food when your partner's not
Yeah,
there. That should
it
because that
Yeah,
rocks.
that rock.
That would
Yeah,
have
but
been
all
a
the
better
other like I feel like there's more drawbacks to that than there are to just like delivery in and of itself.
What, looking at
Like
the
I would
receipt, realizing you
rather
spent
have
more money than you would have if they were there because you got so much food because you're alone and sad and hungry.
Yeah.
It's true. I overordered. Yeah, everyone knows this about. I overorder no matter what. I'm a big order 2 meals so that I can have a second meal later guy.
Later that night.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
eating for 2 for 1.
Yeah. I've been pregnant for my entire life. Well,
My number
medically
3.
speaking.
government of Texas might disagree with you.
My number 3 is in the same vein as Griffin's, I think number 4, but just much more broad. Sports. Sports rock. Like there are some times where you're normally it's when you're not watching a game of a team that you root for because normally those are just horrible until the ending and they win or lose, but you hate yourself during. But like when you're watching a game when you don't have an active rooting interest and it's a sick game, like game 1 of the finals, Halliburton hits the game winner, you're like, that rocks. And sometimes, like I have a group chat with like 2 of my friends, and sometimes like we're watching a really good game, and one of us will always, if something crazy happens, just send sports rock, and like that's all that needs to be said. Some like sports just rock.
I mean, there's not much to complain about this pick. Yeah, like they do rock. And especially like for big events, and even things like sports you normally wouldn't care about for big events. Like I think about like the Olympics or like the World Cup potentially. It's like, yeah, like you can see how global they are and how like they bring people together and all that. Only pushback is I wish you were a little bit more specific with this pick. Just because this is kind of like I love everything, but I get it.
Yeah, I mean, sports rock. They suck when your team loses, but they also rocked up until that point. Like, if you expected them to win, it's because it rocks, and then when they do lose, it sucks until the next game when it rocks again.
I'd even argue caring that much about something that is, at the end of the day, relatively meaningless, that kind of rocks. Like, even if they lose and it like makes you depressed, it feels kind of good to care that much about something that you're just like super invested in and all your friends are super invested
Pushback on that is if your sports team loses and you're a douche the rest of the day because they lost.
Sure.
Well,
Yes.
I
If
unfortunately,
you're the, is that Modi? Is that what you are? Are you a douche the rest of the day?
yeah, I mean, like not to other people, to myself, and then I just kind of like sulk inward. Like I just kind of sit in a corner and don't talk to anybody.
You just get kind of glum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You turn it, you get a little Eeyore.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That's better than being the guy who gets super like I'll take somebody being depressed, which I mean, like, of course I would, what do I know better than being the guy who becomes super aggro and makes it everybody else's problem.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah,
not my
I just,
personality.
if your team loses, I don't want you to, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want, like, I don't know, like, I used to have a college roommate where when the then Redskins, now Commanders lost, it was like every week it was the end of the world because they lost. And I was like, it's a one game. It's a game.
Also, let's be
Like,
real, when we were in college, they were bad.
they
Up
were
So
until
like at
last
that point,
year,
exactly.
you
they
should
lost
be
a lot.
super adjusted.
Hey, but
You're gonna be depressed 17 weeks out of the year every
Yeah.
single year.
that was supposed to be the year, though. Come on,
I know. Overall, a
no,
great pick. Sports rock.
take it like a man, like I did on the Super Bowl, and just eat a gallon of guacamole to yourself.
You know
That's a
what?
healthy way
Yeah,
to.
and-
Yeah,
Quietly eat in a corner and don't make it anybody else's problem, and then maybe throw up later. I mean, like,
I know.
whatever.
I don't think Andrew gets enough credit for how he spent the Super Bowl and how he gained 20 pounds but kept it all inside that night.
Yeah, I mean, the emotional weight alone, look, he also had just celebrated, what, like 3 Super Bowls? And he was in the Super Bowl. Like, come on.
Not enough.
Exactly. It rocked up until it sucked.
until it sucked. Yeah. The last thing I'll add before
Yeah.
we move on is I was just laughing at Griffin describing like feeling something. Basically, reminding me of Dennis Reynolds. Like you guys remember Feelings, right?
Yeah.
It's like
You
that's
guys
how
still
that
have
came
Feelings?
across.
Yeah.
That's so uncommon for Griffin to say something and remind people of Dennis
Reynolds.
Yeah. Griffin's like, I was watching a sport the other day and I had this like weird like thing in my like,
Yeah,
I don't even know how to describe. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like feelings. You're thinking about feelings is what you're talking
You remember
about.
You
Feelings?
still
right?
get those?
I have feelings every day of my life.
Like, yeah, man. I love that scene.
All right. Number
All right.
3. And if you disagree with this, kind of a piece of shit. Moms.
peas.
Moms
Oh,
rock.
mom.
One, moms are cool. They do cool things. Also, they rock babies to sleep. How do you
I don't
hold
think
a
you needed
baby?
to add that part.
No, but that's where the pun comes in. They rock babies
Yep.
to sleep.
I understand.
So-
I just don't think you needed it.
Also, there's some rock bands of moms. That's pretty cool. They rock. Other puns intended for rocking at moms.
Sure. No, look, great. I
Grandmas,
mean,
rocking
you're
chairs.
talking to a group of guys that all really love their moms. I think we all generally love moms. I can't really push back on this. My mom listens to every episode, and I adore her, and I adore the fact that she does that. So yeah, you're probably going to win this week. If we still did voting, Thomas, you just won.
Erin was like, "You're such a brown noser" when I told her this pick, and I was like, "My mom doesn't listen, so it's not going to work on her anyway."
Cindy Queen, Karen
Yeah.
Albert.
She's a
And
great mom.
Taryn Queen's a mom, and she listens, right?
Taryn Queen is also a mom, and she
That's
listens.
2
That's true.
moms.
That's 2
That's
votes.
2 amazing, great moms that rock.
Here's my thing. No, I'm
Okay, here's the pushback.
no, I'm kidding. I don't have any
Here it
pushback.
comes.
No, that was just for comedic effect. Mom's rock. That was good.
Somebody
pick.
listening to this that has just a horrible mom, and they're like, "Man, these guys are assholes."
Well,
Yeah, we
yeah,
don't
I
get
mean,
it
I
as
would like to
people.
believe that they know that other moms rock and that they just
Had a
got
bad
dealt a shitty
experience.
hand,
That's true.
probably because they deserved it. Because if they were better, they'd have a better mom.
Yep, that's
And like we
generally
said,
how kids should view having bad parents, was that it was
Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah. When things go wrong, it's your fault.
this is insensitive to kids who have abusive, shitty moms, and you're just be like, "Well, grow up. Your mom rocks." Like, no, maybe they don't. So, fuck you, Thomas.
well, sports was insensitive for the sports that suck. Food delivery was insensitive for when they steal your food, and you guys rated rock and roll was insensitive because it was a little bit racist.
Yeah. Or if you were, deaf and you cannot rock, you just can't rock and roll. You can't do
True.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
hard to
true.
argue.
Glad we've offended every group now.
Well, look, we started off with neo Nazis. We really only had uphill to go from there.
So,
All right.
Andrew,
My number 2 added during the last round because I just thought of it. And we've talked about this before, and I would like to make this a whole episode one day, but it is professional wrestling jargon. Just the glossary of words
Kayfabe,
that
yeah.
come from professional wrestling, like kayfabe, like babyface and heel, and like shoot and work, that are just like, they should be used beyond wrestling in every aspect of life, because I think it's such a cool like dictionary of terms and stuff that that just deserve their due, and they rock. And yeah, I have my issues with professional wrestling. There's weird people that run it, but they did a good job with creating their own like language.
There's weird people that watch it. There's weird people that participate in it. It's a carnival act. It's a circus. This is a good pick though. What was your number 2 gonna be?
I didn't have one. I I wasn't
that.
sure. I was
That
working on the
rocks.
fly.
Yeah.
That
You know what?
rocks.
You know what rocks for Andrew? Improv.
I say I'd almost take this one step farther and like, other than the weird people running it, there's a lot of things professional wrestling that other things could benefit from adopting. They have a formula, it works, people love it. Jargon's great though. I mean, that's like this. Dare I say it? I think this pick rocks.
Yeah. There's no pushback here. I mean, I am
Also, The
stunned
Rock.
that you did not say Dwayne the Rock Johnson as part of this.
Well-
Having a nickname is part of, like, having a character name is essentially part of wrestling jargon, especially because The Rock had multiple. He was what did he have
Rocky
before that?
Johnson
Yeah,
was, or his.
that was it. Boys, his dad had one name and his grandfather had one name, and he had a name off of them, and then he became just The Rock because it wasn't selling. Rocky Mavia or something.
Yeah.
Rocky Maivia. Yeah.
Mavia, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess you could include like nicknames and all sorts of like finishing move term, like all that stuff. I was just thinking of kind of like the terms that can be applied to like, like kayfabe type terms.
Yeah. Sure. I get it.
Rocks.
This is the Attack on Titan version of pick, because I don't know a single thing about wrestling. I didn't even know that breaking kayfabe was from wrestling. I just thought, I don't know where it came from, but I didn't know that it was wrestling. So a bad pick.
Well, that's a good, but that's an anecdote to be like a guy who's never watched wrestling, doesn't know anything about wrestling, knows that term and like uses that term, and it's like, yeah, that's like an example of one.
We use kayfabe a lot to describe things that happen on this podcast that no one watches. Like, we're breaking kayfabe all the time, but like, who cares? Because both what's behind the curtain and in front of the curtain is the same. Okay. Good pick. I like that pick, Andrew. I would never have thought of it, but I think that's a good pick. Number 2, and you guys, you're gonna try and put me in a box on this one, and I'm gonna tell you ahead of time. No, it's not what you're intending, or not what I'm intending. Dudes rock.
Yeah.
Dudes rock. They
you
do.
would,
Like,
Griffin.
yeah, my number 2 was not originally dudes. But then as we were going on, I was thinking about this and I was like, yeah, this could be my other 2 or my 1. This is definitely like I think it's a PMT thing as well. They say dudes rock like all the time. It's also just like a sports media thing where guys say dudes rocks. But like this podcast, it's literally just 4 friends with an audience that is very small, recording shit every single week and having fun with it because dudes rock.
An audience of moms.
Yeah. They think we rock.
This is both a good pick and a bad pick, because like it does give a little bit vibes of like boys will be boys, but on the good side, like, yeah, dudes rock.
Dudes can rock. I'm wondering if your number 1's gonna be like women, or I guess if it's dudes, then it's gonna be like babes.
Gals.
Babes rock.
Gal.
Babes rock.
Not a babes guy. Well, okay, let me take that back.
You're a
I
dude's
don't
guy.
refer to women as babes because I wasn't born in the 1970s.
What about bodacious?
Nope, don't do that either.
I like the spirit of it. I think there's a big caveat. Dudes that I like rock. Dudes that I don't like are the opposite of rock.
Sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, dudes when they're doing stuff that rocks, they rock. And dudes when dudes could also suck. Let's be honest.
This does remind me of the Simpsons clip that I think Kevin just sent us recently where it's the Homer meets the gay guy or whatever. And Marge is like, Homer, he enjoys the company of men. And he's like, well, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Dudes rock. Knowing that your mom listens to the podcast makes me rethink the next sentence I'm going to say, but I'm still going to say it. I'm
She's not gonna
imagining
mind.
that you're like thinking about like, what do I like to make your list? You're like, well, penis is cool. Oh, okay. I'll do dudes.
My mom is incredibly used to what comes out of my mouth and the mouth of my friends at this point. She's not going to worry about it too much.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
She commented on your list of porn stars on Facebook. So I think she's very well aware of what comes out of your mouth.
Independent actresses.
List of, yes, independent actresses.
Yeah.
Yep. My number
Independent
4.
actresses.
Let's
or
get it
number-
right.
Was it number 3?
And I imagine she'll comment on my list of independent actors.
Which we know you have. All right.
Of course I do.
My number 2, another very on brand pick for me. But obviously, I had to have something in this universe. The OG Pokemon rocks. Gen 1, you can include Gen 2. I do, but if you're just a Gen 1 person, it just rocks. I get that so much about it was broken, and that a lot of this, my thoughts on it is just nostalgia, playing in someone's basement on our Game Boy Colors. But what they did with the OG Pokemon, it just rocks. It was awesome.
It rocks. It's gonna last forever, and it's perfect. I don't care how many glitches and terrible coding issues there are in the game. It rocks. And on my pun list was Onyx, Geodude, and or Brock and Pewter City Gym were things that rock.
Yeah, those are good.
That's fair. Just the other day, the friend's house we were at, he said he wants to get his son playing the original Pokemon games. He's like, the games are easier to find, but Game Boys are hard. And I was like, I will get you an old Game Boy. And then I had a Game Boy Advance in my bedroom, so I started playing Pokemon Blue the other day. And now I play it when I'm riding the exercise bike we have, and it still rocks. I mean,
Does this kid how old is this kid?
6, 5.
Does he have like an iPad? I mean, if he's got like an iPad, he could just emulate it.
No, you can't do
We're
that.
not an iPad family, but he just wants the nostalgia of it for himself too. But yeah, it still rocks. Like it's obviously an old game. There's obviously like functions and game terms that I don't know that would be improved in today's technology, but like as a whole, it's still a good time.
Yeah, no pushback from me. Gen 1 Pokemon was amazing. The card game, the video game, the TV show, just the merchandise generally. I remember when we were kids and like other like slightly older kids would make fun of Pokemon and parents would make fun of Pokemon. And now here we are like more than 25 years later, almost 30 years later.
Yeah.
And it continues to be a global phenomenon that people just generally love. And now it's essentially the same as like Disney now. Like it's a multimedia empire that people of all ages still love. It's no longer something that people get made fun of for. And Gen 1, I'll always, because of when we grew up at the start of it, Gen 1 and Gen 2 will always be just undefeated for me.
100%.
Like just the sense of discovery with the video games and like feeling like there was a limitless number of Pokemon and everything. Like it was so cool. We were talking about this in the group chat the other day about how hard it would be to capture that feeling again as like a kid today with something coming out, because like anytime a game comes out now or a new show or whatever, people like data mine it immediately. There's immediately YouTube videos about the most efficient ways to do things, and everyone's like optimizing all the time. We were just playing. We were just having fun. Like people would make up lies that would spread across the entire country about like how to get Mewtwo if you did X, Y, or Z. Like that was part of the fun of it. And it was so great. Yeah. Gen 1 Pokemon generally rocks.
I do think also the later generations, while it could be argued like are objectively better games, I don't know that like if Gen 4 say just was the first generation of Pokemon, I don't know if they were doing like a Star Wars thing maybe. No. But I don't know that it would have been as popular, and I don't know if that's due to the Gen 1 game itself or due to, like, the product of its times, like, of the '90s, of the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, of the fact that they dropped basically the anime show and the trading card game at the same time as the game, and had 2 versions of the game to introduce, like, the link cable. It was, like, kind of all of it at once that it became just, like, such second nature for every kid our age.
I think you're right on that, but I think also like that Gen 1 Pokemon like was the perfect for that timing. They were simple, they were easy to understand. Gins is snake backward. Like they were simple. Like now they're more complicated because people are already interested and into it and understand it. They were very essentially basic Pokemon for the most part. Like Geodude is a rock with arms. And dudes rock.
It's a really good point that like the design philosophy for the original 151 was perfect. Like it was incredible. If you talk to anyone from that era and you show them a Pokemon or you tell them the name of a Pokemon, they're going to be able to visualize what that was. Now, and it's not just because we have like 1,000 of them now or whatever, but if you talk about a bunch of the recent ones that are just series of like poofs all connected to each other, like there's nothing about the design philosophy that looks any different from anything else coming out in any sort of animated show. Like it could be from Adventure Time just as easily as it could be from Pokemon. Nothing about that is like this is going to be locked into my head for the next 30 years the way that it was back then. I mean, like Gen 2 got away from it a little bit, but like Gen 1 was perfection.
Yeah, Gen 1 is perfect. And I do think that, like Griffin said, when it came out was perfect because like information just wasn't available at your fingertips. So it was hard to like, oh, how do I catch this? But like I'm missing Pokemon number 103. How the heck do I get it? And then, oh, my friend has it. How did he get it? I'm going to check. Like you could just look up anything. It was like a struggle to actually get all of them. And I think that now, like the information almost makes it less like exciting or whatever, however you want to phrase it
And
now.
there's no discovery anymore. Now you
Yeah.
know, like not even like data mining anything. Companies will release the full list of everything available before it comes out because they want to hype you up on what's available. Just like we talk about with trailers where they basically reveal the entire movie ahead of time because that's what people want. Okay, but now none of this is going to be new to me when I actually like sink my teeth into it. It's just a different way of marketing things like and we just I guess collectively don't care about the discovery anymore.
It just doesn't rock.
It doesn't rock. Yeah.
Not like OG Pokemon.
All right. My number 2. This is a bit of a callback to a list from about an hour ago. My number 5. My number 2 is Rainforest Cafe because it is like Hard Rock Cafe, but better because it's animals, it's fun, it's exciting. I remember the food being good. I can't say it still is. It's just a good time. And if you don't like the Rainforest Cafe, you don't like joy or
So,
animals.
is there any part of this that's rock adjacent, or you just think that the Rainforest Cafe rocks?
Some of the design in there is rocks, and like the one at Disney Springs has a volcano which is made of rocks. So like we could
Okay.
get into that if you want.
Sure. I've also I haven't been to either of the restaurants on your list, so I trust you. Maybe I
I
shouldn't,
mean,
but I do.
it's very gimmicky, it's very campy, it's very corny, it's very family friendly, and it's such a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's a
it
heavy
rocks.
cafe list.
I
Too.
actually have a take on that though. Like, I feel like people love to complain, like, "Oh, it's so gimmicky and like corny and like over the top with the decorations." But it's just like, but why can't some places just be fun?
Yeah,
Like take a kid
exactly.
there, and they're gonna have like they're gonna think they're in Disneyland, and it's like
Time of
not
their
everything
life.
has to be like so corporate. We got to have like right angles, and we can't have like stupid shit on the walls. It's like some things they just thrive by doing that. So I
Yeah, you're
respect
not living
Rainforest
there.
Cafe.
Like you don't have to
Yeah,
like be in that every single day. It's
yeah.
just fun for the
I mean,
sake of
unless
fun. I
you work
mean,
there, but that's your choice.
I assume they still don't live there, but yeah, good
Yeah, I
old
mean,
Disney company towns.
yeah, this is a good pick. Rainforest Cafe is awesome. I was close to having like the outdoors or like mountains or something on my list, but I instead just that's where going for a walk went. But I agree, and yeah, like the people complaining about it, it's like, well, it's for the kids. You know, what I mean, it's not for you. It's like you're an old man, don't go to Chuck E. Cheese.
It's a little bit for me because some of those shirts I still want. They're just like animals up
I
front,
love that we're
like
trending
background.
towards kids rock. I don't love the
They
direction that
don't.
we're going on that.
It's
They
for
don't.
the
Kids,
kids.
I
kids
don't
don't
think anyone
rock.
was
Kids
trending
actually
towards
kind of
that.
suck.
Kids don't rock things made for kids. Pokemon, Rainforest Cafe, they rock.
Moms,
Moms, yeah,
which are notoriously made for kids.
big.
Yeah.
Let's get out of this one. Let's reel this one back.
All right, Andrew,
I don't
what's your
think
number
I
one?
said anything about. I didn't mean. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're moving on.
Didn't
Let's
even
get ready to rock and roll. Okay.
We've been ready to rock and roll.
All right. My number one is a TV show, and the more I think about it, I think it's my favorite TV show, and
Here's one.
it's not what you would think it would be. And I feel like Modi might have the same pick as me for number one. I don't know why, but it's NFL Red Zone. It's like, to me, it is just the perfect way to watch sports, and it is the perfect sport to watch that way. The NFL is a league that I am interested in what all the teams are doing, and I don't have all the time or really desire to watch all the games, but I do want to watch all the games happening at the same time with somebody else flipping the channel for me, and that's exactly what Red Zone is. So I just think I want it to be like recreated in other sports. I don't know how much interest it would hold for me in other sports, but for the
It's
NFL,
not. They've
it's
tried.
perfect.
It's not.
Yeah,
good.
I know they've tried. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
It
the
just doesn't
NFL
work
Red
the same.
Zone is
Impossible.
the perfect show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impossible to recreate.
Yeah, Red Zone rocks. It's not my number one. Sports encapsulates Red Zone. That's part of it. So yeah, I mean, it truly is awesome. It's like perfect for the fantasy part of growing with the NFL as well. You can like see every single touchdown. If you don't have a game that you like, your team isn't playing, you put on Red Zone. You sit there for 7 hours, and the commercial, like 7 hours of commercial-free football. Just an amazing, amazing thing when you are able to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, it does rock. It's kind of like food delivery, where I'm like, I feel like it doesn't help me fight my ADHD. It doesn't help me like focus on anything. But at the same time, I'm focused on it, but it is all the games at once. It rocks, because the reason I love watching games at a bar is because there's more than one game on. But with Red Zone, like, yeah, you're seeing found a system, it works. Don't change it, because they're probably going to change it and fuck it up at some point.
Definitely going to add commercials.
They added commercials. They started adding commercials.
Yeah, just while it's on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the worst.
I'm gonna be the
sucks.
one lone dissenting. I fully understand that people that love Red Zone and people that love the NFL largely love Red Zone. I don't love Red Zone. I actually kind of hate it. I'm much more somebody like for football. I'm not super involved, like interested in what's going on around the rest of the league. Obviously, I've gone in and out of football a lot over since my teen years, which we've talked about before. I like to watch my team. I like to watch a couple other teams if I think that they're going to have like particularly good games. I don't like to watch 30 to 90-second moments of everything exciting happen, rapid fire. At no point is anything ever calming down. Like I get why people like it, and it's very, very much like geared towards the ADHD generation that we are all part of. It is just not the way that I like to watch sports. But I'm also the kind of person that watches like multiple baseball games in a day on TV, which is insane. Like it's so slow pace, and it's just not the way that most people consume sports. I like doing it that way. Red Zone is the complete antithesis of how I like to watch sports.
I will say with you, like, when the Eagles play, like, I don't want to watch Red Zone. I want to watch the Eagles. I like Red Zone when, like, if the Eagles are 4 o'clock and I'm not doing anything else at 1 o'clock, I'll throw Red Zone. Like, I don't watch football at 1 unless it's the Eagles, unless I'm with people or I'm at a bar. But if it's Red Zone, like, I'll watch some of it, because it's not just watching a game of teams I don't care about.
Yeah, Red Zone to me feels like something you flip on when you have like a bunch of people over and you just want something that's always interesting on in the background.
Yeah.
But
It's like Chive TV.
I would not personally watch it for 6 hours straight on a Sunday. Like I know
No.
that I can't do that.
I also don't do that, but I mean, I'm just more sophisticated than everyone else. So
I'm less sophisticated, and I do watch it for 7 hours straight. But I also agree with you, Griffin. It is kind of the antithesis of like sitting down and watching a baseball game. It is like fully just like, ADHD inducing madness. But I love it. And also, the Chiefs are usually playing Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch Red Zone, and then
You get the best of both worlds because everyone is locked in on your team's games, and you get to watch exciting moments from everybody else. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a bad pick. It's just not one that I like. Okay, my number one. This is a complete reversal from what I said last week on things that suck. I think I said social media for my number one things that suck. This is very in line with that, but it's the reverse. The internet. The internet's incredible. Like, it's awesome. It rocks. It's amazing. We talk shit about it constantly and about all the terrible aspects of it. And a lot of different things that have popped up on our lists are different aspects of it. But like YouTube or GPS or ordering food or any like different entertainment sites, like when we were growing up, Newgrounds, being able to play games with our friends across the country, being able to do this would not have existed for the vast majority of human history without the internet. Like, this is a lot of fun, and this exists because the internet kicks ass. The internet rocks. The parts about the internet that suck make us think that everything else about it sucks. But really, truly, at the end of the day, like, it is the arguable greatest human invention ever.
Yeah, the internet in and of itself is great. Like anything in life, there are bad parts about it, but it doesn't make the thing itself sucks. That actually makes people suck because people are the ones that made the internet bad. Like social media was supposed to start off cool. Now it sucks. That's not social media's fault. That's people's fault and the company's fault. But yeah, I agree with you. Internet rocks.
It rocks. I mean, I would go even a step further. So many things like technology wise rock, and like computer stuff that we are too stupid to understand how they work. Like the internet
Tubes.
is all
It's all tubes.
the internet is legitimately all connected through undersea cables to different continents around the globe. What the fuck? And satellites.
Yeah.
Like what? Like how? Why? Not why, but like how? And I
How?
don't.
It's a how is a legitimate question.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it, but I'm glad it works and rocks.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything else to say. Like it rocks as that is a thing that exists. It rocks. It doesn't rock how it gets used sometimes, but like the fact that it's there, the fact that we can use it, it all around rocks. The capabilities of it rock. Sometimes
People suck. Dudes rock. People suck. Dudes rock. And the internet rocks.
Dudes rock.
Yeah. Dudes rock.
Yeah. All right. No, that's a good one. I don't think my number one, if it gets pushed back, this will be my last episode. Dogs rock. If you have anything negative to say about that, I don't want to be your friend. It's the dive bars times a million. I get that. My personal belief: bad dogs don't exist. Bad people exist. That's how I view it. You don't have a bad dog. You're a bad person with that dog. My wife and I talk about this all the time. Probably 90% of our day is either playing with our dogs or talking about our dogs. But it's remarkable how much joy they bring you by simply existing. I walk out of my office, my dog's taking a nap on the couch. Immediately, just a rush of happiness. You want to have a bad day? Leave your house for 10 minutes, come back, have dogs excited to see you. You're going to be happy. Yeah, I don't claim to love my dogs more than you guys love your dogs, but I do love my dogs, and I do know
Let's
that
make it a
dogs rock.
competition.
I think everyone should, and I like to believe does, love their dogs equally. They're not like kids where everyone has favorite kids. Dogs are great. This was my number two, but I've done dog related stuff so often that I ended up pivoting to dudes, which, I've done dude related stuff pretty often too. Am I right? I've got Vino sleeping behind me right now, and he's fully blocked by my shoulders. But just having Vino in the room with me, like while we're recording this, he's been asleep the entire time. He got up, he moved around, he went back to sleep, and I was like, that dog kicks fucking ass.
It rocks.
Like, all he did was readjust how he was sleeping, and it made my heart feel good because I love him so much, and dogs are amazing. And this is a great number one pick, and we would not lose you on this show because you're talking to a bunch of dog guys.
Here's my one pushback. Sometimes my dog does suck. Sometimes he sucks a lot. Like when he's running through my golf course neighborhood chasing a deer when I told him not to, and then I lose him for about 5 minutes, and then he shows up again. I'm like,
specifically told you not to
you
do
rock.
this.
You
Why
cheated
would
on
you do this, you animal?
Now, that being said, he was outside with me mowing the grass before this, just chilling, and he has not moved from the couch since we started this, and I've been watching him, and he's cute as fuck, and he rocks. But yeah, sometimes, just like everything else on our list, he sucks.
I'm the one person on this pod that does not have a dog, but I love dogs. They're perfect, and Thomas is the dog hater.
I
So
will
maybe
say
maybe Thomas
earlier,
is off the pod.
when we talked about walking, and Andrew was like, you said it releases anxiety. I was like, you've clearly never walked a reactive dog.
You have never walked reactive dog. That's true. Although,
that's
I mean,
true.
you have spent a lot of time with Ace and with Vino and with Raya and with
I haven't been
Penny.
responsible for them though.
Sure, but
Dogs
you've been
rock.
around them when they've been demons before,
Sure,
and
sure.
you know you're still very much a dog guy, despite seeing all of our dogs be absolute demons sometimes.
Dogs rock. It's a great pick.
Yeah,
we won't
awesome,
kick you off
awesome
for
number
this
one.
reason.
That's good.
We'll find something else.
It's me, right? All right.
Yep.
It is.
Number
Last
one.
pick.
Wrap us up.
I
Let's
am
rock and roll.
realizing that many of these things have been spoken about on the pod a lot,
Fuck
but
you.
I still stand by this number one, and it is a biggest recommendation. I think, I'm not sure about Modi actually. I think all of us have been there. Red Rocks Amphitheater
Yeah.
rocks.
Awesome.
Yeah, Red Rocks rocks. It doesn't matter. Like, I truly, when people ask me what they should do when they're in that general area, I don't care who's playing there. You should go to Red Rocks.
If Modi had never been there, despite being one of the two people here that has lived in Denver, I would be pretty.
That's right. I completely forgot.
I'd be
Also,
pretty disappointed in him.
you can go to Red Rocks during the day when there's no concert if you just want to see it.
Yeah, no,
It's awesome.
that's what I say. Like, Red Rocks is a cool place. You should definitely see a show there. But like, they do yoga there 3 mornings a week. They do like you can just go there and walk it. It's a sick area that blasts.
It blasts. It does blast. Yeah, big Red Rocks fans here.
It could be called Red Blasts.
Red Black. That's too
Sounded
close
like
to
you were
Red
gonna say
Rocket.
Red Blood, which I don't think you planned out what you were gonna say. That didn't rock. That kind of sucked.
It didn't rock. That sucked. But Red Rocks rocks, and I'm disappointed in myself that I have this list of like 15 rock pun ones, and I didn't think of Red Rocks. So good job.
Can't think
Thank
of all of them.
you.
Can you, before we get done with this episode, after we do our recaps, can you give us all the rock puns that you had available?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, Tom, no pushback from any of us. I think you got to, Andrew, you've been to Red Rocks.
If there was pushback,
Yeah.
I would want off the pod.
You won off the pod. Yeah, look, I'll be honest. I don't fully remember a lot about Red Rocks because when I went with Thomas,
That's on
we
you.
did a lot of drinking, but it was a really great time. We did a ton of pre-gaming in their parking lot, and it was fucking, like, looking back at the pictures of it, like even the pictures of us just getting drunk on wine are gorgeous pictures. It's just like it's so beautiful, and it's such a cool area, and it's such an amazing place to have.
A lot of pretty rocks.
Like, yeah, just
dudes,
beautiful.
just dudes rocking at Red Rocks,
Just dudes rocking at Red Rocks.
Dudes rocking at Red Rocks.
getting
Yeah,
ready to
look,
rock and roll at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been known to rock and roll at Red Rocks. Yeah, all right, let's do our recaps.
All right.
Andrew.
Yeah, my number 5 was that white guy saying, "You guys ready to rock and roll?" My number 4 is hitting all the green lights on a drive. Number 3 was finishing something you really need to get done or have been putting off. Number 2 is wrestling jargon, and number 1 is NFL Red Zone.
Great. All right, my number 5 was dive bars. Number 4 was the Cavs 3-1 finals comeback in 2016. Number 3 was ordering delivery. Number 2 was dudes. And number 1 was the internet.
Yep. My number 5, going for a walk. Number 4, Attack on Titan. Number 3, sports. Number 2, the OG Pokemon. And number 1, dogs.
Number 5, Hard Rocks Cafe. Number 4, the Rocky franchise. Number 3, Moms. Number 2, Rainforest Cafe. Number 1, Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Dogs, dudes, and moms are just like us going so fucking big picture in really, I believe, a great way. And then you've also got the Rainforest Cafe on there.
Rainforest
So
Cafe feels out of place on your
Yeah,
list. Thomas, I'll be
Rainforest
honest with you.
Cafe is so highly specific.
Especially
Yeah.
as a
It
number
rocks.
2.
It rocks. I just,
Yeah.
again, want to point out, Andrew, I know you're saying that it is a white guy saying,
I know.
but when you
It
say,
sounds like you're saying white guy saying.
yeah, you're saying it is a white guy sayings,
Yeah.
but
It's
like
only
it
good when
sounds
white
like,
guys say it.
I know what it sounds like.
You guys
I-
read rock and roll?
I should have
White guy
phrased it
says?
better.
It's like what you said.
Good pick.
All right. Before we figure out more about Andrew's political and racial leanings, what were the other punny ones that you had before we get out of here?
I had pop rocks. I had pet rocks. I had just rock and roll. School of Rock, which we've talked about on the great movie.
Dude, great one.
Rock.
Awesome
Rock.
one.
Plymouth Rock, but that kind of sucks. Like if you've ever been to Plymouth Rock in Massachusetts, it's lame. Schoolhouse Rock, Rock
Good times.
Candy, Chris Rock.
Love rock candy. Love rock candy.
Yeah, Rock Candy's great. Chris Rock, Rock Bottom, either the SpongeBob episode or just the state of life.
You think a kid rocks
Yeah.
to be at rock
No,
To
bottom?
be at rock bottom.
I think that
When you see your enemies at rock bottom, you're like, this rocks.
3 more. Rock, paper, scissors. We Will Rock
Rocks.
You, the song. And then the rock that the pioneers used to ride for miles in SpongeBob.
No Rocky Road?
Multiple SpongeBob references.
I think that rock.
Honestly, kind of surprised you didn't put boulders on there. I would have thought boulders would have made the list.
Oh, and Pebbles.
That SpongeBob episode might have been like where anxiety started in a lot of people's lives.
The
The rock,
pizza delivery one.
the rock bottom one.
The
that
rock
what?
bottom
Rock
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as someone that was not into
Uh,
SpongeBob, let me tell you,
Can
I
we
still got a lot of anxiety.
Well, I'm
let's
just
do SpongeBob episodes at some point too?
Yeah, we
both
could do
act
I
that.
will, much like with Pixar, which I am partway through, and you guys have entertained me a lot so far. I will not make that episode.
Okay.
Missed out.
Good stuff. Yeah, no, great episode for the Pixar one, and I'm, I think this was a good one too. If you're still watching, still listening, if you haven't already followed us or liked or rated and reviewed or sent us to a friend or done any of the other stuff that I asked you at the beginning of the episode, why? Why would you not do it after I asked you to do it? I don't think it's a big request. It doesn't
Perfect,
take
calm
a lot
down.
of time. It doesn't take a lot of
This
effort.
doesn't rock.
If you don't
This
do
doesn't
it, you
rock.
suck. But if you do it, you rock.
Hold him back.
And whether you're a man or a woman, because dudes are
He's on
gender
another thing now. He's
neutral. Just like guys, dudes are gender neutral. You can
Just
rock
like
by
moms.
following us and rating and reviewing and giving us 5 stars and sending us to your friends. Send us to your mom because moms rock. And we'll see you next episode for something else highly specific.